Hi, in this hsbDesign for Revit tutorial session, we're going to take a look at the lifting points tool. First of all, we'll do this for the hsbStickFrame ribbon. Up here, you have the lifting points tool. You can add automatic lifting points to an item container. You can add single lifting points or remove all of it. We start with the automatic lifting points. So in the Setup tab, you can at first change the symbol size. By clicking on each parameter, you get a visual display of the parameter on the right side. We'll leave the symbol size as it is. The drill diameter defines the diameter of the drills. The frontal offset is the offset of the drill from the alignment. The horizontal offset of the drill is the offset from the edges of the stud in the top plate. And the vertical offset is the offset of the drill and the stud. And this offset starts from the lower edge of the bottom of the top plate and goes down in the stud. Furthermore, you can set up the drill alignment. You can either align it to the element center, to the beam center, or to the top plate center. We're using the element center for that one. On here, you have to select the lifting tools. You can either have drills on stud and plates, you can have a drill on the stud only, you can have cuts on both sides of the plates, or you can have no tooling at all. Right now, we're using drills on studs and plates. As we're using drills right now, we don't need the cut setup down here. But you could set up the cut depth and the cut width. After clicking OK, you're asked to select the item container for which you want to create the lifting points. So right now, we do it for that one. And after we select the item container, we click Finish. So as you can see, the lifting points have now been inserted as tools, as handler tools, but the drills haven't been generated. In order to do this, you have to select the item container and generate it. Right now, the drills have been added right here. When selecting the handler tool, you could move it and it will jump to the next stud. But as you can see, you would have to regenerate the item container in order to get the drills visible. So we regenerate it. And as you can see, because we have no handler tool here, the drills are gone and moved over to that point. You can, furthermore, add single lifting points. For this one, we'll use the cuts on both sides of plates. We're using a cut depth of 6 mm and a cut width of 100 mm. And after clicking OK, you need to select the item container, and afterwards, the location. So as you can see, right now, I'm getting a warning here. So when I select this handler tool, I can click on Remove Warning, and I get what the warning is about. So we're possibly colliding with other beams. That makes sense, because we are having cuts, and we placed it on top of the stud. So after clicking OK, the warning is removed. And I can move it over here, so we don't interfere with the stud. Afterwards, I have to regenerate the item container again to get the construction. And right now, we're having cuts on both sides of the top plate. You can also use the same tool for the floor elements. So we want to use the auto lifting points. And in here, you have a few different parameter options. You can delete the center of gravity. You can set up the length factor. The length factor starts in the middle of the floor element. And you can choose between half of the length, 1/3 of the length, or 1/4 of the length. We're using half of the length. And you can set up the minimal distance from the edge. We're using 100 mm for that one. Next up, you have the drill diameter in the beam. And you have the offset of this drill. The offset is from the middle of the beam upwards. Furthermore, you have to set up the drill diameter for the sheeting. We're not having the sheeting visible in this one right now, but you can do it. And you can allow for multiple joists down here. And of course, you can also set up the simple height. After clicking OK, you're asked again to select the item container of the floor, and afterwards you can click Finish. So, the handler tools have now been inserted, and in order to get the drills, you have to regenerate the item container. So, right now, we're having the drills in here. When we go back to hsbStickFrame, we can use the Remove All tool and select this item container. Afterwards, click Finish. And as you can see, this is not only removing the handlers, but this is also removing all of the tooling that has been applied to this item container. I hope this hsbDesign for Revit tutorial helped you get an introduction to the lifting point tool. See you for the next video.